All right, let's talk about Schmooey. So, for anybody who's not informed, Schmooey has been outed as a fake. He spliced together and/or faked, just completely outright faked, dozens and dozens of high-profile FCs. The ones that come to mind for me are Sola 6 and Supernovae. And there is a spreadsheet I will link down below that will go over this in more detail. So if you're looking to see what all has been compiled, what's been found, things of the sort, it's there. And if you want to contribute, if you have found something of your own that has been that you found to be fake, then please contribute to this. So there's definitely a couple things that need to be addressed. First off, kudos to those that were close to Schmooey, who managed to put all of this together and put aside their close connection to him to do the right thing and show this to the whole community. I know it was difficult for them. I have spoken to Jeff personally. I know that this has been heartbreaking for him, but kudos to him for doing this, because it really needed to be put out there. Second, shout out to pretty much the whole community coming together and understanding how wrong this is that he was doing, and everybody just banding together and showing support, and really what is a dark day and Clone Hero. I mean, you got to think he was such an inspiration to so many different players, and also on the flip side, he was somebody that, because of the stuff that he was putting out at such a high rate, he really demotivated players from playing. But there were a lot of younger players in the community that looked up to him. There were people who spent time and effort making thumbnails and compilations and stuff for him that just completely and utterly wasted their time. There are people whose trust has been completely and utterly broken. There have been people, I'm going to use Frith as an example, who were under his shadow for years and shouldn't have been. All those people, there are people whose money he's taken from bounties that he's claimed. Tyler, how do you pronounce his name? Mammocalypse, I think. Sorry if I butchered your name. I know he goes by Tyler. I mean, you're talking about thousands of dollars that Schmooey claimed and took from people. These people are owed from Schmooey himself an apology, an explanation, refunding the money. I mean, repercussions have already been taken. For example, he has been banned from the next few seasons of CSC tournaments, Elite League, Open, Invitational, any of those. He's not allowed to participate. And, I'm sure that he will not be welcome in many inner circles for either indefinitely or for a while, depending on how he handles this situation. But it's been very, very sad. It's been heartbreaking, frustrating. It's an angering situation, and it's one of those things. It's one thing for somebody, because there have been players in the community who were not truthful about an FC or two many, many years ago, who ultimately regretted, showed remorse, and then you know what they did? First off, they didn't take money. They didn't claim any, bounties or anything of the sort for things that they did. And they went and did the thing that they had claimed that they hadn't done. I think that that's respectful for players who have done that. I'm not going to say any specific names because it's not about them. But, that type of thing is commendable. And I bring that up because if there is any inkling of a chance for Schmooey to even come back into this community and even start to build trust, there's some things he's got to do. One, he's got to refund the money. Got to do it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's got to do it. He definitely will not be welcomed back in this community. I would hope the community would band together and not welcome him back, at the very least until that's done. Two, he needs to issue a full-fledged apology and just completely come clean. He needs to admit to not just what's already been found, but if there is anything that hasn't been found that he has faked or been untruthful about, he needs to just come clean about it. He needs to just be like, hey, I'm owning up to it. This is what's been done. So he needs to discuss that. He needs to apologize to pretty much everybody I mentioned earlier in this video, the community as a whole, a lot of higher level talent, Frith in particular, I think, because I think Frith would have been widely regarded as overall the best player in the community had Schmooey not done what he had done. So I think Frith is rightfully taking that crown. That's just my opinion, but I do stand by that. But I think he's owed an apology. Many top players are owed an apology. I think those that he took money from, I may have said that already. I do apologize. He owes them, his close friends, Carney Jared, Jeff, Ghost Force. He owes them an apology. Just the community as a whole, he needs to apologize and just own up to what he's done. I'm gonna end it by saying that as super disheartening and disappointing as this is, he is a good player. Obviously nowhere near what he was claiming to be, but he is a good player. And if he can do what I said, if he can just come in and apologize, pay back the money, own up to what he did, maybe take a hiatus to kind of get himself, in order, and maybe come back and actually start to try to prove himself as a legitimate player and stop pulling the wool over people's eyes, maybe someday he can come back to the community with even just a small ounce of respect, because right now there is none. As of me making this video, there has been just radio silence. And look, I'm all for giving second chances, but if somebody's not going to put forth the effort to do it, there is no second chance to give. As stated on my Twitter, some of you may have seen, I did remove him from the individuals who have FC'd Flames, because there is no legitimate proof that he's even done it. I really don't know what else to say. It's a very tough, very heartbreaking situation. I guess if you haven't seen it already, Ghost Force made a video just kind of briefly going over the exposure of Schmooey, and so I will link that. I'll link the spreadsheet, and feel free to, if you've had any experiences personally with Schmooey or your thoughts, if you haven't voiced them over Twitter or you want to reiterate on this video, feel free to do so. And yeah, I hope moving forward he does the right thing. I really do, but that remains to be seen. But I am glad that I am a part of a community that bands together and realizes how wrong and terrible what he did really was. And I know some people might be thinking, hey, it's just a game. No, this is a community. This is a group of people all over the world that have bonded over something that they enjoy. And when you have such a prominent figure, having built a reputation for themselves and have a following and people trusting them and looking up to them, and to have, trust just completely obliterated like that, it hurts. It does. So yeah, that's really about it. I'll see you guys around. Take care. And if you happen to be close to any of the people that I mentioned in this video, just reach out to them, make sure they're doing all right. I know players like Threa, it's been rough for him. Jeff, been rough. Carney Jared, has been rough for him. I think he's going to have a stream here soon where he's going to go over some more in detail. So if you happen to see this before the stream, make sure to check out his stream so he can go into more detail about this whole thing. But yeah, that's really going to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and take care.